Today's Monster Collector games are a dime a dozen. Today, I'm going to be bringing to you guys a game that gets it right and a game that is incredibly ambitious. This is Kardmi. It's a 3D monster catcher, a monster tamer, if you will, similar to Temtem. I don't know if you guys ever played Temtem. Me and my wife are huge fans of that game, but it's got the same art style that Temtem had. And what we were about to do was we were about to go capture what they call an alpha in this game, which are larger than the traditional Kardmi, but have much better stats. And as a result, they serve as the game's kind of like bosses. So we're gonna go over here and catch one of these. The thing that I think is really interesting is that this is a completely free-to-play game. I've been told by people in the community it's not available in every region, but it's completely free to play. And I think that is great. There are no gacha mechanics. I will get into what they call it's a bit of a loot box vending system. There's no microtransactions. I say loot box. I don't want to scare them away. But they do have what they call a vending machine, and it is for skills. So in traditional Pokemon, you level up, and as your Pokemon level up and your abilities and they become more powerful. Well, in this game, yes, you level up, but that's not how you gain new skills. We'll go over here and take a peek in just 1 second. This one has a gold tier attack stat. Pretty nice. All right. Let's go take a peek at the vending machine, just so I can show you guys briefly. Now, I'm trying to save some of my currency, so I'll probably only do one draw because there's a new season coming Friday. So we'll take a peek here. So what these are attacks, and they have over 100 of these. They have all 9 different elements in the game, and they vary in rarity. As you can see, we have B to S. The really nice thing about this, as I mentioned, there's no gotcha, and I'm sure you're sitting there thinking, hey, Critical, I thought you said there was no gotcha. Well, once these timers expire, they actually go down here to Power of Nature, or whatever the general loophole is called for that season. So you have no risk of missing out on these powerful skills. So that's really nice that you decided to take a break from the game and maybe life gets in the way and can't play as much as you'd like to. But a lot of the times these packs right here, the second ones, only last about a week. Whereas these, I believe, are season long. So I'm really looking for a good grass ability. Maybe I can get it on the second gym here, which is a water gym, and it's been handing me my ass lately. That's okay. We'll try one more time. Hypnosis, nice. When you get duplicates, you can upgrade the level of these. So we'll look at hypnosis. And now that increases it to a 49% chance that the target will sleep for the next turn. So the last upgrade will increase to a 52% chance. Pretty nice. So this is what I'm talking about. You can level your abilities up, and then you can add what these in other games would be called shards. Uh, Pretty nice. As I said, you can't miss them, so that's very nice for free-to-play players. Also, while I'm here, we'll go ahead and take a brief look at the creature design. I like the creature design quite a bit. I think it's really well done. It's a bit of an acquired taste, I suppose. If you don't really like it, you don't like it. But I think it's well done. I think it looks incredibly similar to Temtem, like I said, which is a really fun game to play as well. But so there's a little over 100 of Kardmi and a little over 100 um, skill cards. And if for those of you who are well versed in math, I'm sure to deduce That means every Kardmi has one signature card that's their signature ability. That doesn't mean other Kardmi can't use it. It just means that that's their signature ability. Like for example, let's take a look back in here real quick. I'm not gonna be in here long. Just wanted to show you this. So as you can see, Woodhammer is Bambrax's ability, and it is god tier. It is such a good move. Whereas, for example, we'll have the Sneak Strike on Flashlight. A little bit about the world. So this is the map for this region that I'm on. This is the second island. These will migrate daily. So we'll take a look here. It says 18 hours till they migrate. And what that means is that some of these guys will be replaced out with other Kardmi that may not have spawned today, but have the potential to spawn in this area. So it's a good incentive to check daily, hey, what spawned? Sometimes you'll have a couple alphas, sometimes you won't have any alphas. But it definitely entices you to kind of explore and check your map daily and see what is here. We'll take a peek at the first island since anyone jumping in new, that's what you guys will be used to. So, hello, Trump. Real quick, we'll take the train. And while we're here, we'll look at the map as well. So as you can see, I'm on the second island. This is the fourth. Lone Star City, Chemo is the third. And Sweetwater Town is the first. This right here, this island, this snowy island right here in the middle, will be another island that they are adding very soon. Rumor has it that they are adding it with the 1.0 launch, which people are expecting to launch very soon. Uh, so super excited about it. It's going to be an icy area. I assume more water carving are coming. In addition to that, the game is completely multiplayer. When you go into the wild, the areas are instanced, so it is only you running around. Go out here and catch this alpha pyrave or pyrodactyl. But when you're here in town, you can run around with your friends. You can direct PvP battle your friends, and I will show you the housing system momentarily. The housing system, I will say, is one thing I'm a bit underwhelmed with, but the devs have mentioned that they are working on it and super excited to make improvements towards it and expand it further. That's another social feature. There are guilds in the game, which you can join and take on guild bosses with your guilds, as well as guild trials that are weekly based. So that is pretty daggone sweet. Let's see if we can find more than one gold stat here on this one. Flashlight. So that's what I said. Like, I really like the art style. It's a turn-based. Really like the comic style, and you wouldn't think for a mobile game that the tats would have such good DX graphics, but they are fantastic. You even have some that are rarer to find, but they are entire screen engulfing moves that are really nice to look at. See what we got. That's okay. Just one silver. A little disappointing there, but that's okay. When it comes to leveling up, I feel like it's important to mention in this game that leveling up is a bit different. You do get experience in just battling, but that is, of course, capped just because they don't want you to be like level 100. Here you can see players running around. They don't want you running through all the content in just a couple days since it is an online game. So what they'll do is they'll take you here to the cafe. This is a great way to level up. You'll have energy that you can buy with currency that you earn in game daily, and then you can grab these foods. And these foods will help you level up extremely quickly, as well as they have a farming system that I'll show you guys. And you can grow different things that will help you level up. So then we'll go over here and we'll cook. And then you can feed more food to your Kardmi, and that will help them level up. Overall, I think it's not as, I won't say it's not as good. It's an interesting system. I would prefer that the level cap be a little bit higher, that we get a little bit more experience daily from leveling up, from battling. But overall, it's not hard to level up at all, especially if you're willing to put the time in and you don't mind a little bit of a grind. We have several events, all the events that you would expect to have, this including a big raid, a co-op raid for those people who like raiding in the community. This is not too terribly hard, but at the same time, they do have a harder difficulty to do for better rewards and a chance for a shiny version of Surviving, which is the game's legendary at the moment. If I had to rate this game, scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give it a 9. There are little nitpicks here and there that I don't like. Some of the time gates I don't like, but I do understand. In terms of transactions, let's take a look at that real quick because that's probably the only thing I haven't really talked about at this point is the microtransactions. So let's take a look at the shop. If you take a look at the shop, you'll see these sunburst gems, which are not really used for a whole lot. Not a whole lot to use it for. We have the monthly passes, which I think are great. I typically use both of them just because, that's not much money at all. Plus, you get daily star gems as well as other currency. See, this is really the only thing you can buy with the coins. It's not a whole lot, honestly. There's nothing in this game that makes me think, oh, I have to spend money. So that's something that I really appreciate with the game. Overall, I highly recommend the game, guys. I'm going to do a couple of deep dive videos on the systems. The combat is extremely complex and strategic. It makes the game a ton of fun to play. I can't recommend it enough.